Hey, what is up, Yu-Gi-Oh players? MechlordGames here, coming to you today with another video. Today's topic is Harpies. I still feel like they have the potential to be Tier 1, and I still have a deck list for Harpies, obviously with some changes and everything, for the introduction of their new card. But, basically, let's get into the deck list here, and as to why the deck could possibly be, Tier 1. They're all wind monsters, so you obviously have the support of Tempest. And Tempest is also level 7, which can combo off very well with Harpies Pet Dragon, which can see some very good play out of the graveyard. 3 Harpy Queen as your searcher for your field spell to destroy a lot of aggro. 2 separate Harpy Lady as a big beat stick. This new card here, Harpy Harpist. This card is really just broken as all hell. During the end phase, if it was sent to the graveyard, you can add a level 4 Being Beast monster with 1500 attack or less from your deck to your hand. So that can search out Dancer, that can search out Harpy Lady 1, and it can also search out Harpy Channeler. And you can pitch this with Channeler to do other stuff. Or if you're playing it as Mist Valley build, run this at 3, normal summon this, bounce a Harpy monster. So it's pretty good, but you have to have another Winged Beast type monster in the field that you can bounce. So do keep that in mind. But you have 3 Harpy Channeler. Harpy's Channeler really is one of the things that just makes this deck absolutely overpowered. Considering now you can send Harpy Harpist and you can send Hysteric Sign. Well, actually you can't send Hysteric Sign with her, but you can still send your Harpy Harpist and search off of that. And summon into Dragon and make rank 7 plays, or summon into level 4s and make rank 4 stuff. So that is interesting. And also when you control a Dragon type monster, she becomes level 7. So if you just normal summon her, summon back Tempest, you can make rank 7s out of that. Harpy Lady 1 is just a power up card. 3 Harpy Dancer just bounces stuff back. It's searchable, so whatnot. Yeah, it's there. It's a thing. Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is a fantastic card in this deck due to what it does and what it's actually allowed to do for the deck. You can ditch Hysteric Sign, summon into like a Harpist, make like a Castell, bounce something. Harpist end phase, effect, search. Hysteric Sign, effect, search, go +4. Just off of this plus this, you can go +4 that turn. And that is really what makes this deck just that broken. As well as you can pitch Dead Hunting Grounds and Elegant Egotists if you don't want to play them. Bottomless, the main 4 staples, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse, whatnot. Those are all there. 3 Icarus, they're all Winged Beasts pretty much, so this will see a lot of plays. This single-handedly shuts down a lot of decks just because you stop all of their plays and destroy all their shit, and you can also pop off your own Hysteric Sign if need be. 3D Prison, for obvious reasons, and 2 Hysteric Party. Can pitch Harpy Harpists, but keep in mind, unless Harpy Harpist is in the graveyard during the end phase, you will not get her effect. So I did think of a genius idea, and that was use Hysteric Party, discard Harpist during the end phase, go +3 off a sign, and then go plus off Harpist and still summon it, but due to its text, it has to be in the graveyard during the end phase, which is the only drawback to Harpist. But with Party, you can still ditch Sign and still go plus off of that as well. So those are there's a lot of synergy in this deck, and it just works really brokenly. 3 Draco, 1 Big Eye, 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, 1 Queen Dragon Dijin, just to allow you to bring back Harpies Pet Dragon or Tempest for free without having to banish anything for Tempest cost. So you can do that. You could just go Queen Dragon Dijin, bring this back, or bring this back, then special summon this back, make rank 7s that way. Black Shipicorn, 101, Harpies Pet Phantasmal Dragon at 1, Zero Fine, Castell at 2, and Lightning Chidori at 3. Chidori and Castell are pretty much going to be your main rank 4s you're going to go into, and your main rank 7s are going to be Dracossack. Big Eyes, optional, the rest of this is optional. You only really are going to make Queen Dragon Dijin when you have Tempest available, and you can make Queen Dragon Dijin and bring back a Dragon, because that just allows you to do more rank 7 stuff, like getting into more Dracos. But aside from that, the only thing you're really going to make is Chidori, Draco, and Castell for your Xyz monsters. Everything else is just here. Just because it's possible. Zero Find really is to get over, Apocalyptic Towers. This just gets over towers very easily. This deck really hurts Burning Abyss. And however, this only stops effects on the field. So that can be the only real downside to it, is the fact that it only negates face-up effects on the field. So effects that happen in the graveyard, like Burning Abyss cards, will not be negated, so you do have to keep that in mind when playing this in a metagame. But overall, as far as the deck goes, this card is downright broken. And it's really just too good. And I mean literally too good. This card right here, honestly, how this deck could possibly be tier 1 meta again is, one, it has a lot of sacking power. Getting into, first turn Dracos, setting up a lot of back row. It has that. It has a lot of popping power off of Hunting Grounds, so you don't need to run MSTs in your main deck. MST would be a side deck card for this, same with Spell Shattering Arrow if you're going up against Cleafort. Vanity does hurt this deck, but it is easy to get over Vanities due to the fact that we have Hunting Grounds. So that's not a problem at all. But honestly though, this deck is just a solid deck, and really is one of the most powerful decks that I actually am aware of that are in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this deck was tier 1 for the longest time, and still could be. And Harpist just now allows it to be even more so tier 1, because you can go +4 in a turn rather than just +3s. Because like I said, Summoner Monk plus Hysteric Sign is an immediate +4 during your end phase. So it doesn't matter, what you've lost in that turn, like whether sure, technically you would be going minus by pitching Sign, but then you'd be returning that plus off of Harpist by summoning it from the deck. Then during the end phase, adding 4 from your deck to your hand. So you're really just going +4 in terms as far as like actual plussing is concerned. You're going +4 in the means of it all. But this deck though really does have a lot of potential and a lot of power. A lot of people would run double Harpy Lady 1 over double Cyber Harpy Lady, but I just feel like that the Harpy Lady 1 is just overall a better card to have at 1. I mean, she is searchable via Harpist if you need it, but you're just going to mainly make Channeler. We're just going to mainly search into Channeler. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. But this deck though really is honestly too good, and I know that Harpies have been played a lot, and a lot of people have easily abused Harpies. In the real side of things, people have abused Harpies a lot, and there's a reason that the Harpies have been abused. And that's because Harpies are good. Harpies are strong. And with them getting Harpy Harpist, their new monster, the deck is just going to have so much more potential. And this card can work in any Winged Beast type deck as well. So and if you really do have a chance to use her in other Winged Beast type decks, this card could be a great card for you to gain potential advantage, because it can be used in Black Wings, it can be used in the hell is it? Raid Raptors. It can be used in a lot of things, but it just really has the most synergy in Harpies on its own. So that's really Harpy Harpist and what she does. So that's my thoughts on Harpies. I feel like the Harpies can be a tier 1 deck again, and probably will be once this card does come to the TCG. This will be definitely my war format deck when it is legal. This will definitely be my war format deck. As of now, I won't be able to play it in wars with the Harpy Harpist, but I can obviously just put in other things. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast is a really good temp card in replacement for Harpy Harpist, because just pitch Hysteric Sign from your hand and there you go. But honestly though, the main thing that really, in my opinion, made Harpies so good was the fact that you have this play available. You normal this, activate this, use Channeler's Effect, normal summon Channeler, pop this, Channeler's Effect, summon Dragon, and then end of the turn +3. After like setting 2 to 3 cards. The deck was so broken and will remain broken for a long time. And that's because the deck is good. I'm just kind of ranting on about the same stuff and saying the same thing repeatedly, but it's just how I feel about the deck. I mean, the deck is tough, it's powerful, it's a rough deck to try to get over, and it would be really nice to see these guys actually come back to tier 1, and I guarantee you they will once Harpy Harpist is released. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you didn't get bored of me ranting about it, but this deck is a very good, strong deck that may potentially be easy to counter, but it may also be difficult to counter. So it's really based on how you play it, I guess, how you want to play it, and how people are playing it, really. I mean, because the meta is really defined by what people are playing, and based off of like what's new currently. And with them getting a new card, these guys will get played again for sure. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, rate, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys later.